Hey, welcome in. Well, this is very interesting news and very surprising. This is not where I expected a new social media company to come from, but here's the headline. My Pillow CEO, Mike Lindell, claims he is launching his own social media site. But you know what? Hey, it's great. Look, anybody who wants to start a free speech social media site, I'm in day one, all right? I mean, I don't know how many more sites I can post to. I mean, I'm already on Gab and Minds and Parler and Rumble and Odyssey and BitChute and YouTube. I mean, I don't know how many more I can deal with. But hey, if he starts one up, I'm in day one. And you know what? I wouldn't count this guy out. He went from being a crackhead to owning a giant company and being very, very successul. So I definitely wouldn't count this guy out, that's for sure. And he sure doesn't seem like a guy who likes to be pushed around at all, right? So, after, I believe he was banned from Twitter. So after that, social media does not like him, right, at all. I mean, regardless of what he was posting about, Dominion voting systems and all of that, they wouldn't like him anyway, just because he's a Trump supporter. And that's enough for them. Anyway, let's see what this is all about. It says, My Pillow founder Mike Lindell has made the grand claim that he is launching his own social media site after he was booted from Twitter for spreading baseless claims about election fraud. You know what the thing is about this is that they say baseless. What, completely baseless? I mean, nobody really knows because you can't say anything or else you get booted off social media. Nobody can actually say anything in the public square because you're just simply not allowed at this point. And I'm not saying anything about the veracity of the claims. I'm just saying it doesn't really seem to have been interrogated very much at all. This seems to be this just seems to be what you get. It's just that's baseless. Everything's baseless, right? Just going to interrupt for 1 second to say, if you like this content, subscribe so you can see more. Thanks a lot. But anyway, he said on conservative radio host Charlie Kirk's podcast on Friday that his big tech rival could even be live within a month. So within a month, and that was reported by Business Insider. Quote, every single influencer person on the planet can come there. You're going to have a platform to speak out. Adding that he had been working on the site for 4 years. Quote, it's not just like a little Twitter platform, said the businessman. Yeah, I hear some anger in that. The problem with Twitter is not that it's little. The problem is that it's terrible. Anyway, he claims that he's lost $65 million in revenue this year because of mass boycotts over his claims about the election. Quote, they're suppressing our voices. Well, they certainly are suppressing voices, no question about that. But anyway, he continues, we're launching this big platform so all the voices of our country can come back and start telling it like it is again, he declared. And he continues, this is a big claim here, you will not need YouTube. You won't need these places. It will be where everything can be told because we've got to get our voices back. People will be able to talk and not walk on eggshells. Now that would be welcome because the big platforms with a big audience where you can get a big reach, like YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, they're owned by oligarchs who seem to work together like a cartel, and they all have the same ideology and the same goals and interests behind them. And it's very difficult for anybody to compete because as soon as anybody does start to compete, they immediately go after them. I mean, look what happened to Parler with Amazon. They collude with banks, credit card companies, PayPal to deny people the ability to accept payments. It seems to me like this should all be antitrust stuff, right? But nothing happens. And if nothing was done under Trump, certainly nothing's going to get done now. But anyway, let's continue. Lindell then discussed cancel culture and claimed his Wikipedia page had been changed into something I'm not. A lot of people have said that. And anyway, let's end this off. The MyPillow CEO said the site would launch in 4 or 5 weeks, but also that it could launch in 10 days, adding that he couldn't announce the platform's name yet. No further details about the platform, including what it would look like or how it would function, were offered. So this makes me feel a little bit skeptical, I have to say. So it's going to launch in 4 to 5 weeks, but that could be 10 days. Also, there's no name. I don't know. This is all feeling a little bit sketchy to me. I mean, I really hope it works. Any new platform, free speech platform, will be very, very welcome. And the fact that this would have, some significant funding behind it to start. That would be a massive help to making it successful. Also, the name recognition, it would get ink for sure. But I have to say this, 4 or 5 weeks or 10 days, there's no name. I don't know. That doesn't sound totally promising to me. But again, I wouldn't count this guy out. He's kind of a madman in a good way, I think. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.